Awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives. You can help transform Miami into a thriving global hub for artistic excellence. The Perez Create Grants program will invest over $3.5 million in Miami-Dade County organizations to support equitable access to the arts. Apply now through May 26 by visiting miamifoundation.org/Perez Opportunities. This ad has been brought to you by the Miami Foundation for a Greater Miami. Hey, what's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things, and today is no different. First of all, let's give a shout out to our advertisers. Okay. Yes, thank you to our advertisers. Jack Daniels Classic Remix Campaign, the Miami Foundation, and the Perez Art Create Grant, and of course, Baptist Help with their information on getting mammograms. The people who support us allow us to do what we do, so you make sure you guys support them. But now that we've done the housekeeping, I am so excited to invite my next guest onto the show. She is, oh man, it's hard to explain what she is in my life. She is family. She is a business partner. She is a cousin. She is so many things in my life, and so grateful that God has allowed us to cross paths. But she has some amazing things that she has going on, and of course, she came to Hello News to give us all the tea and all the information. So, without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show my very good girlfriend, my good Judy, Miss Tamilla Mullings, founder of Beyond the Curves nonprofit organization. Hey, boo.
Hey.
What's good, girl?
Nothing much. I'm just, over here working, staying out the way, and getting ready for this event we're going to be talking about.
Yes, and look, you all beat with the hair and the makeup and everything. I told you before we came on, I said, you make me feel like I need to go get it together, but you always serve the kids the looks and everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Look, it is so amazing to have you on our show. For people who may not know, I bet they already see the vibe is different. Like we know each other for real. Like I think my guests know when I know people for real, because it's very much a different vibe. We met. Oh my gosh, it's probably been.
Girl, don't put no age on it. Oh no,
that was 2009. So yeah. We met in 2009. I want to tell them the story on why I call you cousin, and you'll forever be cousin. So you guys may know, many moons ago and many pounds ago, I used to be in pageants in the Miss America system, and I got my start in Miami Gardens, and Tamilla Mullings was the very first person I met in my experience of getting into pageants. And I came in and I was like, hey, I want to apply. And we have been like stuck like glue ever since.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so pageants could get a little bit cutthroat and people get all competitive and, and it started coming out like, oh, Janae is only getting preferential treatment because she's cousins with Tamilla or something like that was the rumor. And so we just ran with it. And ever since then, she just been cousin. Like, whatever, this my cousin.
Right.
In true tea, though, you have been more like family than a lot of my cousins. So that's a whole nother interview for a whole nother day.
For a whole nother time.
But I definitely had to give them that background because I think that's funny. But that just goes to show like how deep your roots are in the community. And
Right.
so I'm so excited to have you on today to talk about this amazing event that you have with Tea Time with BTC, which is Beyond the Curves. So before we even get into the event, tell us what Beyond the Curves is for people who may not know.
So, Beyond the Curves is a nonprofit organization where a lot of people I'll say when I first started it, it was about the women and us embracing our curves, right? But then as I grew and evolved, and as the mission and the vision grew and evolved, I then realized it's more than just about your body curves, which it is. It's always beyond your body curves, right? It's also about those life curves that we get thrown in life, right? And we get thrown life curves every day, all the time. And you and I may have the same curveball that we get thrown at in life, but it's walked differently, right?
Mm.
And so sometimes we may not always have someone to go and talk to or go to lean on, and that's part of, and that's what I want Beyond the Curves to be, and that's what I want Beyond the Curves to represent in the community. So in the very beginning, there was a picture, and I'll just tell this really quick story.
No, take
um
your time, girl. When your cousin has a platform, you can take your time.
okay, cousin. So in the very beginning, there was this picture that I saw, and it was a picture of a little girl. She was a Caucasian little girl, but nonetheless, she was a little girl, and the message still resonated because in the picture, the little girl had a pair of scissors, and there was a picture sitting in front of her of a skinny person. And everybody that know me know that I'm a full figure woman, and hey. And so she had the pair of scissors in her hand, holding the excess on her stomach to cut her stomach to look like the model in the picture.
Mm.
And when I saw that picture, it just broke my heart because thankfully I've not ever experienced that as a child, as far as like, because as far as like shaming of being a plump little girl, right? Because I'm Caribbean, I'm Bahamian Jamaican. And so in those cultures, they appreciate a
But I
woman
was
of
going
a
to say
certain
that,
stature.
in especially in Caribbean cultures, and even to
Right.
extent in the African American community, like being bigger is not a shameful thing. Like it's
Exactly.
embraced,
Exactly.
you know.
Right. And so but it broke my heart by seeing that, because I have nieces, I have goddaughters, and my goddaughters are actually, they're plump, they and so to think that, oh my gosh, this little girl, and the little girl in the picture could only have been like 5 or 6, and so that really bothered me, and that was the segue into Beyond the Curves, and that's where I wanted people to see me and others that represent us, and say, well, it's not just about what's on the outside, because it's not, right? However, I want you to remember and to know that you have to love what's on the outside and on the inside. And if you want to make changes along the way, that's fine. Let's do that. But in a healthy way. Don't go thinking, and I'm not knocking anybody that does surgery and things like that, but don't think that that's the only way.
Mm. And you know what I always loved? First of all, I think the name Beyond the Curves is super dope.
Thank you.
So that's always been really cool. But what I always loved about your organization is the fact that it was inclusive of all body types, but also too, it was celebrating natural bodies
Mm-hmm.
in the way God made us, and embracing that and loving that. And I think that's so apropos for the time that we're in right now, where people are dying to get
Yes.
BBLs and tummy tucks and going out of the country to get these things done. And you see this resurgence of people even saying, look, take this out or it's causing me
Mm-hmm.
problems. And
Yeah.
so I think it's really cool that you're, re-energizing your nonprofit and your campaigns to put out this message of love in our community. Did you have that in mind as you started to, re-emerge and relaunch Beyond the Curves? Because I know you took a hiatus because of the pandemic. Did you have that in mind when you decided to come back?
So yes, I said, it's not only the pandemic is the COVID is not gone. It's still here, right?
Hard.
It's definitely still here. However, we were going out more, so it's time, and we're used to in BTC's community having in-person events.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we connect. Yes, during the pandemic we did a couple of virtual events, which I'm actually going to go back to, and we can talk about that later. But the in-person is where you get to love on people. You get to, because a lot of people don't have that all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have someone that they can, let me go over to your house and hang out and just chit chat and just shoot the breeze for a couple of hours. You don't always have that. And I wanted to bring that space back. I wanted to bring that safe space back where we're celebrating and honoring women all year, whatever day of the week it is.
I love it, love it, love it. And so, the main reason why you're on today is to talk about, tea time. So, the thing that Beyond the Curves does well is, like, you have like resources, you have, like you said, virtual communities and virtual events, but you also are doing in-person events. So tell us about Tea Time and what people can expect when they attend.
So Teatime with BTC, which stands for Beyond the Curves. It's going to be, it's May 20th, Saturday, May 20th, and it's here in South Florida, in Miami. There's going to be a fashion show, and people keep asking who's going to be in the fashion show. Well, you're going to be in a fashion show. And what do I mean by that? If you're there and you are bold and brave enough to stretch your stuff, you're going to be part of the fashion show. Just get out of your comfort zone. There's going to be food. There's going to be some music, some libations, some non-alcoholic as well. but also but also we're going to be celebrating each other. We're going to be honoring a couple of women from the community that are doing amazing things and are fighters in their own rights. And I'm just excited about it. I'm really excited about it. This is our first event, since in a while. So yes, I'm really excited.
That's what's up. And look, it seems like it's going to be amazing. You always throw really dope events. So I know the women are
Thank
in
you.
for a treat. Tamilla, tell us, why people should attend. Somebody's never attended your event. Tell them why they should be there.
Well, I will say, because I'm gonna be there, but
I mean, that's the
you
draw.
know, but but it's always a vibe. It's always a vibe at the events. If you ask anyone that has participated or attended, whether it be my conference or my girls night or even our team event, like, it's always a vibe. It's always encouragement. There's always celebration, and not making anyone feel out of place. A lot of times we can go to events as women or men, and you're like, oh my God, whether you're socially awkward or you have like social anxiety, but we are there to, like, let our hair down and just relax and have a good time. And that's why you should get your tickets and come to Tea Time with BTC.
Yes. And how much are tickets?
The tickets are only $21.
Okay.
$21.
And so how can people purchase the tickets?
So you can go to our website, which is beyondthecurves.net, and purchase a ticket there. And if you want to purchase group tickets, you can just DM me and I can assist you with that.
That's what's up. And so, do you have any upcoming events for Beyond the Curves that we should know about, or any upcoming initiatives that we should know about that you want to share with our audience?
Well, right now, since I'm like honestly not just getting into the groove of things, but I'm trying to flesh out our schedule and things like that so that I can have work-life balance. um but I am going to be starting up our virtual chit chats again. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to do those quarterly because again, you don't always have to go in front of someone, but you always want to know that you have someone that you can go and I just feel like venting or I just want to hang out with the girls, you know what I mean? So we're going to get back into those and also
Are
next
those are on Instagram, right?
No, those are actually on Zoom.
Oh, okay, on Zoom.
So, yes, those are on Zoom. It's in a private, because Instagram is open to anybody, but though, Zoom it's private where it's just us there and we just hang out, bring your wine or whatever you want to drink, water, and we just hang out and have a good time. And I'm also planning for our conference next year.
Nice.
So definitely be on the lookout for that. I should have the date in the next month or two. I just have to solidify some things and then I'll put that information out. But those are the two biggest things right now that we're working on and gearing up for.
That's what's up. And you bring it back. So you bring back your annual conference, which is, was your tent pole event. So that's amazing. And of course, Hello News is going to be a partner. We'll be on the scene to help bring that information as you get closer to it. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Tamilla, I want to talk about your entrepreneurial journey. And so people may not know, who you are or your background. So I know, Beyond the Curves is not the only thing that you do. So tell me about your entrepreneurship and the businesses and the organizations that you have that going on right now.
Okay. Let's see, where do I start? Well, my main thing, I am a virtual assistant, which provides virtual administrative business support to entrepreneurs and growing businesses because we don't have small businesses, they're all growing.
I love that. Come on, bars.
And
what's the name of the business?
TVM Business Solutions. And I do, again, anything and all things admin. If you have an admin that's in the office with you, those are the things that I do and services.
How long have you been in business?
So I've been in business now with TVM Business Solutions 3 years. However, I have over 20 years of administrative experience, so I'm very well versed in what I do. I also we have a family cleaning company. So yes, we can get your homes cleaned, we can get your businesses cleaned. And we have a juice company, Good For You Juice, that has been on a little bit of pause as well because listen, y'all might see people running multiple businesses and they make it seem easy, but it's hard. Okay. It's definitely hard.
It's hard running once. I can only imagine.
Yes. So, but we're definitely going to be getting our juices back going. Hopefully by next quarter, we're preparing some things on the back end, behind the scenes, to get those going because we've definitely been having our customers like, so what's going on with the juices?
And they good, y'all. So y'all got definitely make sure you plugged in for the Good For You juices because they're very tasty.
So that's pretty much it. We do have I don't want to talk about those things because I don't want people messaging me about it. But we have conch balls and stuff like that, but we ain't gotta talk about that.
Oh, the food services, y'all follow her on Facebook for that. And that is, make sure you get it because that when she put the orders up, they be ready to go. Okay. Like, love it, love it, love it. What made you want to become an entrepreneur? Was there something specific that said, man, this is what I need to do? Was there an aha moment for you?
So my last well, it's not my last job, but one of my previous jobs where I was, let go of, right? I had time to like sit and reflect, and I was like, I don't want to have to, one, ask for a day off anymore.
Mm,
Two, I didn't want the uncertainty or my uncertainty of my financial stability in the hands of someone else.
mm,
And so my dad, he's passed on now, but my dad has always been an entrepreneur for as long as I can remember. My mom as well. She worked corporate, but she also, is an entrepreneur and was in the beginning when I was younger. And so just having those three things, I guess, like come together, or four things, it was just like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And I started TV and Business Solutions in the beginning of a pandemic. Who does that?
really?
Yes.
I thought the crazy thing is, I feel like it's just only, it feels like it's always been there. So when you said 3 years, I was like, what do you mean? Then you started in like 2015?
I,
I thought you had been doing this.
and that's the thing. Like, I have been doing it. However, I just never made it like official and legal,
Mm-hmm.
So now that it is, which I did it happened right before the pandemic, and I have been working in my business ever since. People were like, I had people saying, "You starting your business now?" Well, I registered my business, I made it official, and did all of those things at the beginning of the pandemic. However, I worked the entire pandemic.
Mm.
Like, no time off. I worked.
Yes, she was.
And I was like, that's a blessing, because not many people can say that. Some people had to unfortunately close their businesses, or they lost jobs, things like that. And I was just blessed and fortunate enough to have continuous work during that time, and still to this day.
That's what's up. Man, you know what? Your story is amazing. I love to ask my people, especially that I profile in entrepreneurs, about things that motivate them or things that got them to the place of success that they are. What would you say have been some of those contributing factors for you that have gotten you to your place of success in your businesses?
I believe my success comes from doing business with integrity,
Mm,
always being true to who I am, no matter what others think or say, and setting boundaries and sticking to them.
that part. That a part. That's a word right there. And as being one of your clients, and that was definitely a part of that balance that we talked a lot about. And so
Mm-hmm.
she not only lives it, she gives it to her clients as well. As entrepreneurs, we have to understand those boundaries. I'm
Yes.
so glad you said that. As you know, Hello News is hyper local. We're all about local South Florida, Black and brown millennials, and just the Black community as a whole. So what set you from? Where you claim? Where are you from, Tamilla? Tell the people about, the neighborhoods that you grew up in, and let us know what
Okay.
schools that you went to. Drop all of that in there. I know what it is, but let the people know.
So, so okay. So I live in Miami Gardens, right? However, I grew up in Care City. Okay, on the other side.
Oh, you
Okay.
did near me. That's
Yes.
crazy. Near Carol City Elementary, right?
Yep, the original Care City Elementary
Oh
School
my
that I
goodness.
attended. That's where I went. Okay.
Not North Carolina City or Barbara Hawkins, whatever it is now, y'all.
No, that's not that one. Not that one down the street. No, that ain't it. I went to Care City Middle, and I went to Miami Norland. I'm a graduate, a Mighty Viking, from Miami Norland Senior High School. I don't want to hear
Vikings.
the chief comments. I don't want to hear it.
Vikings, we'll give y'all one. Y'all alumni is here on the show. Y'all alum is here on the show. So we'll give y'all Vikings. It's some Viking love. We love the Vikings. Anybody from Miami we gonna love, but you already know it's that rivalry between the Chiefs and
Right. I
the
know.
Vikings.
And it's so funny because I have friends that are chiefs because we went to elementary or middle school together. So it's just like,
you you told me something about Chief Hall recently, and I was like, "What? How do you know? You knew something I didn't even know." I ain't gonna give all the tea, but that's just how deep. But your ties go. But I can see that going to Carroll City Elementary and then Carroll City Middle, just like a lot of my friends, because I went to Murder Grove. Parkway Middle, and then Carroll City and Miami Northwestern for high school. So a lot of my friends went to New Orleans. So I get that type of connection there.
right.
How did your upbringing in Carroll City, Miami Gardens influence you as an entrepreneur? Like, what are some things that you took from your upbringing that you still apply today as an entrepreneur?
I, I just have to say, like, hard work, dedication, and just believing in yourself. You know, sometimes we overthink, we overanalyze, we get in our head and things like that. That imposter syndrome. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just thankful that I had the parents that I had growing up because they showed those things to us. They showed them to me. They instilled them in us. So, um, and growing up in Carol City, you know, you just got to always be able to hold your own, you
That
know.
part.
So you know, but,
Look, those skills come in handy, and that's why, especially like the African American community, Black community as a whole, across ethnicity, you see us in a business, and
right.
we're thriving, especially Black women. And I think that's a part of it to our upbringing. Like when you gotta play the dozens or rank or
Hmm.
whatever it is, or sometimes you may be in a neighborhood where you may have to hold your own, or maybe
Right.
something is happening, and those skills of just being gritty and resourceful,
Hmm.
that applies to entrepreneurship. People don't really realize that.
Absolutely.
That's how we are able to do a lot with so little. So imagine if you
Exactly.
invested in our businesses, what we
Exactly.
really could do with that bag.
Exactly. And can I say something really quick? Because I would be
Yes.
remiss if I sat here and talked about all the things. And I know if one particular client see this and she gonna say you didn't mention something. Um, one of the things that I birthed from Beyond the Curves was a book.
Mm.
So I'm a published author, right?
For now.
And and my book can be found on Amazon, and it's Becoming Me: 10 Ways to Affirm Self-Love. And so when I did my book, when I wrote my book, it's simply a book of affirmations and spaces for you to journal, and also little stories and knickknacks in there to go along the way and help you to reaffirm yourself and to know that, again, it's beyond the curves. Life goes beyond the curves, that the curves that are thrown at you. So I hope that you all, go grab your copy.
Yes. Look, Tamilla, how can people connect with you? Connect with Beyond the Curves. I know I put it on the screen so anybody's watching, you guys can see it there, but just let them know, and give your plugs right now.
So you can reach me for Beyond the Curves. You can do the link that's below, or if anything other than that, business related or whatever, you can hit me at TVM Business Solutions, and that's Tango Victor Mary Business Solutions.
Got
And
it.
I check my DMs. Long as there's no funny business going on in there, I'll check it out and respond
Yes,
back.
you a cute dude. Don't slide in my girl DMs, okay? Don't come in there with the scams and trying to ask up for $1 million and stuff. Look, Tamilla, let's plug the event one more time. Hello News is happy to be a media partner in this. So let's make sure we give them, the details, the date, ticket sales, what they need to do
Yeah.
so that they're in the building.
Absolutely. So, Teatime with BTC happening Saturday, May 20th at 11 a.m. And I mean 11 a.m., not Caribbean time, not, 11 a.m. is going to be right here in Miami. And we're going to have a high tea fashion show, giveaways, We're going to have food, sweets, some little libations, and it's going to be an amazing time just honoring and celebrating women in the community and around the community, fighters, resilient women, and just amazing people from the community. And I hope to see you there.
Yeah, and let them know how they can purchase tickets and
Oh,
where they can
yes.
do that.
So you can purchase tickets again at beyondthecurves.net, and the tickets are only $21 to attend.
Hey, and look, guys, if you're looking at the screen, it is on the screen for you right there. So if you want to write it down, you got it. Also the Instagram handle is on the screen, and Tamilla also gave you some of her other handles for you guys to connect with her. So make sure that you guys are supporting our homegrown, our Black-owned, our women-owned events, organizations, and it's just a dope vibe. I think it's going to be amazing brunch. You guys are going to have a good time. You're in for a treat, and so make sure that you're there. Again, go to beyondthecurves.net to get your tickets now. Tell them Hilo News sent you. Tag us in your pictures so we see all the beautiful fashions that you guys are coming with your high tea, all of your
Yes.
regalia, all your good things. Yes. Shout out to my mom and her friends who already got her tickets, who beat me to it. I was trying to get her Mother's Day gift. Found out she already done bought the tickets because that's auntie, really.
That's
So
right.
auntie gonna support niece. But yes, all y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets. They're going fast too, limited seating. So make sure you get your tickets. Tamilla, is there anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Janae, and thank you so much for having me. And I know you think like, oh, this is not a big deal, but it is definitely a big deal. I really appreciate you for having me and partnering with me. And I hope to see you all, your listeners. I hope to see some of you all there.
Yes, guys. Make sure we go out and support our own. We'll also have this as an article on our website with links to buy your tickets and to connect with Beyond the Curves and Tamilla. So make sure you head to HiloNewsMiami.com. While you're there, sign up for our email newsletter. Make sure you're getting all the things, all the news dedicated to Black and Brown millennials in South Florida. You get that first with our newsletter. And of course, follow us on social media. We're on all the things: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Black Planet, all of that. No, I'm just playing. We're not on Black Planet, but we're on all we're on all the things. Okay, so
I was
y'all
about to say Black Planet.
I ain't never even been on Black Planet. You know, I'm being corny at this point. But just to let y'all know, we everywhere. Wherever social media is, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, we are there. Again, thank you guys for watching another episode, amazing episode of Can We Talk Podcast. Tamilla, you are a friend of the show. Please come back. I want you to come back. First of all, people, you're not new to our platform. You've been on our panels. We've had one-on-one discussions. So please come back. I want you to come back and tell us about Beyond the Curves and TV and business solutions. But also, too, if there's something going on in the media where there's talking about body imaging and things like that and self-love, I would love to have you come back to give your opinion on those things. So to give our audience your perspective, because it's really amazing. And I love how you always break things down. So of course you'll be back.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Guys, thank you for watching another episode of Can We Talk Podcast. We'll see you next time. This has been amazing. Thank you again, Tamilla. Peace.
Peace out.